The thrift shop smelled like dust and something old, like forgotten things clinging to a second chance. Eli wandered in without a plan, just looking for something weird to kill time. That's when he found it. A cracked, chipped clown mask shoved deep beneath a pile of Halloween leftovers. It had a smile stretched impossibly wide, red paint faded like dried blood. Around the edges, faded fur poked through, some kind of costume remnant. The eye holes were hollow, yet somehow watching. He held it up. Cold, heavy. Put that back. Eli turned. The shopkeeper, an old man with skin like paper, stared at him from behind a stack of books. That thing doesn't belong to you. Doesn't belong anywhere. Eli raised an eyebrow. It's just a mask. The old man stepped closer. Not just anything. That smile. It takes things. Things you don't want to lose. Eli shrugged, tucked the mask under his hoodie, and walked out. The bell above the door didn't ring. At home, he locked his bedroom door and stood in front of the mirror. The mask stared back at him. For some reason, his heart was racing. He slipped it on. At first, nothing. Then it tightened. His fingers clawed at the edges, but it wouldn't budge. His reflection wavered. Something shifted behind his eyes. And from somewhere deep in his head, he heard laughter. Not his own. Eli woke up, gasping, the cold biting at his skin. Trees surrounded him, tall, skeletal, swaying in a breeze that smelled like copper and rot. He was lying on dirt, no shoes, no jacket. His hands were trembling, caked in dried, dark red. Blood. His breathing turned frantic. He staggered to his feet, barely able to balance. His legs felt strange, too long, too heavy. He caught a glimpse of his reflection in a puddle. His face was bare again. The mask was gone, but behind his eyes something was different, wrong. He was covered in brown fur, not thick, patchy like tufts clinging to his arms and chest. It disappeared as quickly as he noticed it, vanishing like smoke beneath his skin. What the hell is happening? He stumbled through the trees until he found the edge of the woods, recognizable streets in the distance. He walked barefoot all the way home, shivering and confused. At school, he told no one, not even Mira. Not yet. Later that day, he found the mask sitting on his bed, waiting. Its smile was wider now, or maybe it had always been that wide. That night, Eli locked it in a drawer, tied it shut with a belt, pushed furniture in front of it. He still woke up in the woods. Again. And this time, he wasn't alone. Dead animal bones were scattered around him in a perfect circle, and carved into a nearby tree with deep, clawed grooves. Laugh. By the third night, Eli had stopped pretending it was a dream. The blackouts came faster now. He'd go to bed in his room and wake up in stranger places. The top of a water tower, a stranger's garage, once on the roof of his school. Always barefoot, always with cuts on his arms, always with that dried blood smell clinging to his skin. And the mask? No matter where he hid it, his closet, under the floorboards, even the trash, it always came back, sitting on his pillow, grinning. At school, he was quieter than usual. He flinched at loud noises. His friends noticed, especially Mira. "You look like you haven't slept in days," she said during lunch. "I haven't," Eli replied. He wanted to tell her everything, but how do you explain something like this? That night, the laughter in his head returned, closer now, clearer. He felt it crawling inside his skull, like fingernails tapping against the bone. He put the mask in the fireplace, lit the match, watched it burn. It didn't. The flames wrapped around it but never touched it. The fire hissed, then died out. The mask stayed cold and smiling. Desperate, Eli called Mira and told her everything. She didn't believe him until she came over and saw the mask twitch. It moved, all by itself, just a little tilt, like it was listening. Mira backed away, pale. That's not a mask, that's a parasite. They dug through the internet, searching anything related to cursed masks. Finally, they found something. A traveling act called Laughing Jackal Carnival vanished in 1931, and a grainy photo, a clown, half human, half beast, wearing Eli's mask. Eli barely recognized himself anymore. His skin felt too tight, his nails too sharp, and his reflection. It stared back with yellow eyes, not glowing, just wrong, like something watching from behind the glass. Mira stayed the night to keep him grounded. They took turns watching each other, afraid he might vanish again. But even with her there, he slipped. He woke up in the woods once more. This time, claw marks dug deep into the earth. A trail of blood led to a torn sweatshirt, one he didn't recognize. In his pocket was a strip of fur. Not his, not animal. He was changing. He could feel it. The mask sat by his feet, even though they left it locked in Mira's backpack. It was always one step ahead. Desperate, they followed the final clue, the last known location of the Laughing Jackal Carnival. It led them to an abandoned railway station on the outskirts of town, long forgotten and swallowed by weeds. Inside, beneath the rotting floorboards, they found a hidden chamber. Candles long melted to stubs, painted animal bones hanging from the ceiling, and dozens of masks, some with human hair still stitched to them. Mira picked up a newspaper clipping nailed to the wall. Carnival performer attacks crowd, claims he was taken by the jackal. Scrawled in blood-red ink beneath it, "The mask doesn't possess you, it frees you." Eli dropped to his knees, shaking. The laughter wasn't behind his eyes anymore. It was inside his chest, clawing to get out. The sun had barely set when Eli felt it begin. His bones cracked inward, then outward, reshaping. His vision blurred, then sharpened, picking up every shift in the shadows. The fur pushed through his skin again, thicker this time, spreading like wildfire. His hands became claws, his teeth stretched into a ragged animal grin. And the mask? It fused to his face, melting into flesh. No seam, no edge, only the grin, the laugh. Mira watched in horror as Eli fell to the ground, writhing. "You have to fight it," she screamed, clutching the only thing she had left, the rusted cane of the old ringmaster found buried beneath the chamber. Through clenched teeth, Eli whispered, "Don't let me be him." The chamber began to shake. The candles flared back to life. Dozens of masks swirled around the walls like vultures, whispering in languages no human should speak. And then it came, the thing inside him. The laughing mask, twisted, hulking, half clown, half jackal. It lunged at Mira with blood-matted fur and a laugh that shattered the walls. But Eli, whatever was left of him, fought back. For a single heartbeat, the beast hesitated. Mira drove the cane straight into its chest. There was no scream, just silence, and the faint echo of laughter, fading, fading. The room collapsed around them. When Mira woke, she was alone. The chamber was gone. Only one thing remained, the mask, lying in the dirt, clean, intact, smiling. She picked it up. Far away, a thrift shop door opened, and a bell that hadn't rung in years began to chime.